Okay, so I'm here with Tammie. We just started talking because we were waiting for, to get our A1C done. And when I started just asking, what I normally ask of people when I meet them is just, especially in a keto convention, how long have you been keto? What brought you to keto? And she started sharing her story. I thought, I'm gonna have to sit down because it's just so exciting what this lifestyle has done for your life. So could you share a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Tammie Laubacher. I'm a 20-year cancer survivor of a cancer that had a 5-year survival rate, so I'm still here complaining and yelling it from the mountaintops, but I'm here. The cancer didn't kill me, but the treatment almost did. I was left in heart failure, neuropathy, diabetic, depressed, everything like that, and left on Oxycontin and Dilaudid for 18 years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, and because that's a very powerful thing to say, because there's a part of you that's like, I need to be so grateful that I survived the cancer, but then I have to live out the rest of my life with this prescription protocol that it changes your way of life. What was life like post-cancer, but with all of the medicine that you were on?
Before cancer, I was a fitness instructor, personal trainer, health and wellness teacher, a massage therapist, all of that. So I've always been into health and wellness. Since the treatment, I came out of there a hot mess. So it was just one of those, I survived the cancer, but I walked out and didn't recognize my own life.
Wow.
So at 210 pounds and depressed and fat and unhappy and neuropathy so bad that I would crawl to the bathroom in the middle of the night if my pain meds were off.
You were actually on a walker.
Yes. So I've walked with a walker. It's just ugly. So fast forward 18 years after cancer, I find Miss Dr. Boz, and it was one of those things of, do I want to fix it or do I want to put another Band-Aid on it? And I read her book, Any Way You Can, and then went into Keto Continuum, started teaching it, started sharing it. We have a group of almost 1,000 people now. We're helping cancer survivors and diabetics and everybody. Since then, I am off every medication, no oxy, no Dilaudid, no depression pills, no nothing. And my neuropathy, I can't say is gone, but I'm here on a cement floor with no medication.
I was going to say, this is a cement floor. We all came prepared with like special sneakers with extra thick padding because we're on cement. There's no, and it's all day and it's every day until the conference is over. But we were, Joe came back and about found us in a hot mess because you have to change your identity.
Absolutely.
You are no longer going to be considered disabled anymore.
I am not disabled anymore, and I am going to be able to, we're getting ready to launch our website of journeytoketo.com, and we're going to be able to help survivors around the world. So it's one of those, and I'm not disabled, and I can do this, and I have my life back, not just my world as I knew it, but my health back, and now I can pay it forward.
Now, when you first found Dr. Boz and you're listening to what she's saying and you're reading her book, and there's it's not just like, okay, well, you'll lose weight, but you're going to have to take back like wellness from something that you're thinking is going to be progressively worse the rest of your life. Was there a part of you that were like, this is too good to be true?
Absolutely. I went into it. I've taught health and nutrition my whole life, and it's went against everything I believed in. I was the fruits and the veggies. I was the mom that sent my kid to school with a fruit smoothie in his thermos, and I was that crazy mom. We didn't have sugars and stuff in our home. So it went against everything I believed in, to not have all the fruits and veggies, to not have all that glucose going in the body. But I realized that's what I needed to do to heal. And when you start listening to the science and the proof, there's no way around. You can't argue it. And even my doctor that doesn't understand keto at all says, I don't understand it, but I can't argue with this chart and what your numbers are. So he said, when he decided not to put the pacemaker in, I said, give me 3 months.
So you were on track for a pacemaker.
Yeah. I said, give me 6 months. And he said, you don't have 6 months. I'll give you 3 if I took the medications. So I agreed to take the medication instead of the pacemaker, jumped into her protocol, and never looked back. And we have been going on 4 years now. We're deep in it, we're teaching it, we're sharing it, and it's just a blessing the whole way around.
This is such a powerful thing that you did that I think that a lot of people are afraid to do, and that is the real conversation back and forth with your doctor when they prescribe a certain thing, instead of you being like, well, I've got to swallow this hook because you're the doctor and I'm just the patient. But you're coming at it from a very different perspective. You're like, no, I have a counterpoint. Yes. And I think that that's really hard. How did you muster the courage to say, no, I'm going to give me some time. I think I can do something with diet.
I'm one of those people, I've always kind of taken my health in my own hands. And I'm not talking, don't take medication, don't do that. Chemo saved my life. I wouldn't be here. So I'm not anti-medication, but I am the point, if I'm gonna put a toxin in my body, I'm gonna do everything in my damn well power to heal that problem and get off that medication as soon as I can to get that toxin out of my body.
Wow.
So that's how I looked at it. I'll do it. I'll take that heart medication because God knows I don't want a pacemaker at 52 years old, but I'm gonna fix it. And he gave me 3 months on the meds, went back, he said, I'll give you 3 more months, went back, took me off one heart medication, 3 more months, went back. He took me off the last pill. He says, I'll take you off this last pill. You're not symptomatic. You can go on if you teach me how you did it. And I said, deal.
Wow, that is very powerful. So how would you suggest beginning the conversation with somebody, maybe like your doctor has prescribed you a prescription that like, you're not sure you want to go on it. You're like, I don't want to go on that. We get a lot of messages about that where people's like, gosh, I don't want to fill this prescription or take this prescription, but my doctor gave it to me and I feel a lot of pressure to do it. How do you begin the dialogue of like, I'm not doing this?
I don't know that I had a dialogue. I'm a pretty much self-promoter of going home. I know my body. And I know what I know enough medically. I'm in the medical background, so I can track my blood pressure. I can track my pulse. I know where my ketones are. I know where my glucose is. I know what flares up my insulin. I check it daily, so I know my body chemistry every morning.
Yeah.
I take it in my own hands. It's not something I recommend for everybody. Of course, you got to do what your doctor tells you and what is best for you.
Right.
For me, I'm in charge of this body, and I have a God that will heal it. So
wow.
You give it the power. It will do the work. You just got to give it the power consistently. And she didn't name it consistently keto for an accident. It's staying consistent. We don't go a month and say, oh, we're okay today. We don't do it. It's just, I know exactly what affects my chemistry and what don't. That's how I stay in.
I think it's very important, you know, when we go around and we see all the booths, we kind of like to select products that we put into our body based on people who are using those products. They've walked the walk. Maybe they've even created the product for themselves. Now you're going to be a coach for people who are maybe coming out of cancer, going through cancer. This is going to be a coach that has walked the walk. It's not that you're just going to have sympathy for their situation, but that you have empathy because you have walked in the steps that they've walked. So if someone is interested in reaching out for some help from you, where do they find you?
www.journeytoketo.com. And we do a live free support group every Sunday at 8 o'clock. The links are all on the page. And we just welcome everybody, whether you're a survivor or not. We're going to have a program called a Keto Kids Club. So we're going to teach parents how to bring the kids into this, so it's not a fight at the supper table, but we can make it fun. So we're going to try to add a little bit of everybody as we grow and bring it how we can teach a whole lifestyle of living this way and not being miserable and fighting the whole world.
Thank you so much.